Words. Your Honor, our veterans, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to participate today in the unveiling of a ceremony of the Canadian Veterans Memorial, a unique and beautiful monument that chronicles Canadian military history. It's a graphic and telling memorial to the more than 1.5 million Canadians who served and continue to serve our country, including 150,000 peacekeepers and the more than 160,000 who made the ultimate sacrifice, including more than 150 peacekeepers, 42 in Afghanistan to date, to protect our values and our way of life. These brave men and women left their homes and families to fight against tyranny and oppression in many parts of the world so we could live in a free democracy. Canadians owe our veterans a tremendous debt for leaving us a legacy of peace and freedom. On Remembrance Day, this memorial will serve to remind us of the sacrifices and heroism of our men and women in arms and the debt of gratitude we owe them. It will ensure that these Canadians, who deserve our deepest respect and appreciation, will never be forgotten. I also have a message from Her Excellency, the Governor-General. Every November 11th, thousands of Canadians gather together across the country at memorials dedicated to those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. Some are decorated with ornate towering structures. Others are humble plaques situated in quiet settings. Yet they all convey the same message: we must never forget. The community of Waterloo has once again proudly paid homage to our military men and women with the establishment of this memorial in Veterans Green Park. The haunted faces etched onto this sculpture speak to us from our history's battles and remind us to keep the flame of remembrance burning brightly. I commend the City of Waterloo and the Veterans Green Committee for this moving tribute to our Canadian veterans. Signed, Her Excellency Michael Jean.
Thank you, Andrew. And I'll call upon Mr. Stevens, who brings greetings from the office of Elizabeth Whitmer, MPP.
Lieutenant Governor, veterans, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege and an honor to be here today on behalf of MPP Elizabeth Whitmer to extend her warmest greetings on this special occasion. She very much regrets that a prior commitment prevents her from attending today, but she has sent along this message. As we approach Remembrance Day, it is most fitting that we officially unveil this Canadian Veterans Monument by Timothy Schmalz that memorializes our brave veterans who have served and continue to serve. This magnificent memorial, which represents every war that Canada has participated in, will serve as a permanent physical and visual reminder of the sacrifices, bravery, and dedication to those who left their family, their homes, to serve their country. I have no doubt that this project has been an enormous undertaking, and I would like to thank those who have taken the initiative to make this memorial a reality. Thank you to the co-chairs of the Canadian Veterans Memorial, Catherine and John Dahman. I know that today is a culmination of over a year's worth of work for you. I also extend my heartfelt thanks as well to Timothy Schmalz for creating this work of art, and to all those who contributed to this project, and my deep and sincere appreciation to our veterans. This memorial will always remind us of their valor, their bravery, and the sacrifices they have made. They are truly great Canadian heroes. Thank you.
Thank you, John. I'd like to invite the Regional Chair, Ken Sealing, to bring greetings from the region of Waterloo.
Your Honor, veterans, and friends, it's truly a pleasure to be here on behalf of Regional Council today, and I'm joined by Councilors Mike Conley and Jay Mitchell for this occasion. I also want you to know that this is a special event. Anybody who's tried to arrange to have the Lieutenant Governor here twice in 1 year will know that that speaks volumes to the importance of this event. Thank you for coming. There are many memories we hold in our hearts and our minds. Some are there frequently, others are not there so frequently. But from time to time, we do need things that help trigger memories for us. This monument will serve as a permanent reminder so that we do not forget the sacrifices that many made for us. This will be, for us, a constant reminder. We will remember them. We will remember them. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. I'd like to now invite the Mayor of the City of Waterloo, Herb Epp, to bring greetings on behalf of the city.
Well, Chairman Mike, Your Honor, Lieutenant Governor Bartleman, veterans, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all of you for coming out today and to brave that cold breeze that's coming here. But of course, as was spoken earlier, we all have a real warm place in our heart for this particular Veterans Green location. I'm happy to say that I'm joined today by the Councillors Bolger, Dai, Keyswetter, McLean, and Whaley. It's certainly an honor to be here today to join in the unveiling of this important memorial. As has been indicated, this is a physical reminder of remembrance. It's an example of the effort by a small group, efforts of a small group of average people who have come together, who've had an idea and brought that idea to fruition. They wanted to recognize the sacrifices of people, of their soldiers, who made a tremendous sacrifice during World War I, World War II, the Korean War, and other conflicts around the world. And their efforts clearly show that a small group of committed, loyal citizens can take an idea and have a great dedication and commitment to a common cause. And if they all pull together and work in harmony, they can bring about what we see here today. I also want to thank Mac Voisin, Gary and Carol Ann Steinhoff, and the many other contributors who helped bring this about. Their names are listed at the back of your program, as you've probably already noticed. This particular memorial, of course, is built or created on this park, and I want to thank three people from the City of Waterloo who've helped, together with many others from the city who've helped make this happen. Councillor Mark Whaley, Kevin Zacks, and Kate Crawford, who've worked tirelessly on behalf of the city to bring this about. But particularly, there are two people who have gone way beyond the call of duty. John Dahlman and Catherine Shawcross Dahlman. Catherine spoke just a few minutes ago so eloquently. They had the vision, they had the dedication, they had the commitment, they had the loyalty, and they were prepared to put in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of hard work to bring this about. So I would particularly ask you to join me in thanking this young couple for the tremendous work that they've done. I see they have a warm part in their hearts for each other too. So this small group of common citizens, of average citizens, took an idea and brought about this tremendous dedication, service, and this tremendous statue. And I want to say that both the memorial and the park are gaining nationwide interest and recognition. The park has won awards, and the statue is the first multi-dimensional work of art that memorializes all Canadian veterans throughout our country's military history, up to and including today. Thank you very much for coming out.
Thank you, Mayor Epp. Just as an aside note, we all know that Catherine and John have been very busy over the last year working on this memorial, but they also found time to get married. Gives me great pleasure to introduce Mr. Mac Boysen, our honorary chair of the Canadian Veterans Memorial. Mac has played an integral part into the success of this endeavor, and I offer you Mr. Mac Boysen.
Your Honor, Mr. James Bartleman, veterans, distinguished guests, and friends. What an awesome and very memorable day this is for this city, region, and country. What do you think? I've got a little story for you. I want to take you back to March of this year when I got involved in this project. March 17th, and I got a call from my old buddy, a war veteran by the name of Lee Steinhoff. Actually, I grew up with his son, Gary, and Lee, after the war, became a barber, so he used to cut my hair. So anyway, he called and wanted to introduce me to the folks who were working on this little project at the Navy Club. That day I met with John, Catherine, and their grassroots committee, and of course, Tim. Tim was leaving that afternoon for Thailand to begin construction of this memorial. I was totally mesmerized by the magnitude of the little project and by the commitment of the group, in particular John and Catherine, who truly were the dreamers behind this memorial. They had done their homework. I was very impressed by the whole concept of remembering and recognizing all of the men and women from this area that took part in all of the wars over the past 100 years. And I think it's amazing that Tim was able to incorporate all theaters of the military in his design, including soldiers from the current war in Afghanistan. When I spoke with Gary and Carol Ann back in March, they agreed that this memorial had to be completed this year, 1 year ahead of schedule. And of course, many community-conscious individuals, companies, and organizations stepped up to the plate. Paul Dietrich, Ball Brothers Construction, Manulife, the KW Community Foundation, and thousands of others. The best part of all is that 98% of the funding came from the private sector. The city finished the park and will continue to maintain the property. Amazing. What do you think, folks? And to you, Lee, who, by the way, is a national hero in Iceland, and hopefully he'll tell you that story, thank you for inviting me to take part in this incredible little project. And thank you for what you and all the thousands of area men and women who have served over the years have done to make this the proud, free, and democratic country that it is. And thank you, of course, to those who continue to serve. And to Catherine and John and your committee, you two should be so proud of what you've accomplished. Sure, give them another round of applause. I'd like to correct something that was said. I think it was by Mayor Epp, who said they put in hundreds of hours. It's thousands of hours these folks have put into this project. I'm sure that every time I drive down University Avenue, I will be sporting a big banana smile as I remember this day and think about all the true heroes of our community and our country. Have a great day, folks.
Thank Thanks, Mac. Along with Mac,